Hey guys, Dmvdrakes here, and I wanted to make this video specifically talking about TCGs and how content just like this one directly affects the card game market, whether it be good, bad, or neutral. A lot of people recently, especially ever since like One Piece popped off, the bonfire incident in Yu-Gi-Oh, and with the rising prices of the card game I play mostly, which is Digimon, a lot of people have been talking about this thing called market manipulation. And if you don't know what market manipulation is, I have the definition right here for you. Market manipulation, according to investor.gov, US Securities and Exchange Commissions, market manipulation simply is when someone artificially affects supply or demand for a security, for example, causing stock prices to rise or to fall dramatically. Market manipulation may involve techniques including spreading false or misleading information about a company, engaging in a series of transactions to make a security appear more actively traded, and rigging quotes, prices, or trades to make it look like there is more or less of a demand for a security than is the case. Every single thing I've listed here has done one or two things. No, every single thing that's listed here has affected somebody in some way, whether it be by it being happened to them by happenstance through tournament tops, leaks, which is another big contributor to something like this, or even somebody has done this before previously and they didn't know they were actually doing it. So to continue and to reiterate, market manipulation is when someone artificially affects the supply or demand for a security, for example, causing a stock price to rise or fall dramatically. Market manipulation may involve techniques including spreading false or misleading information about a company, engaging in a series of transactions to make a security appear more actively traded, and also rigging quotes, prices, or trades to make it look like there is more or less of a demand for a security than is the case. I'm going to take each example here in this video and explain how it's happening in the TCG market right now. Here are some market manipulation methods. Manipulation is more difficult for the more liquid or widely traded securities. That's like, let's say you have 400 copies of analog that's on the market currently. It's more difficult to alter the market because there are so many floating. It's all about supply and demand. The pump and dump is a market manipulation often used to artificially inflate the prices of a microcap stock before selling it. Less common is the inverse poop and scoop scheme, in which false derogatory statements are made about a stock in order to buy it on the cheap. There are also short and distort varieties, essentially a poop and scoop executed by short sellers in order to profit. I'm gonna take the pump and dump and I'm gonna switch it with terms that us card game players use on a daily basis. One common means is order spoofing, right? Which involves the placing of numerous buying or selling orders designed to move the price of a stock, then canceling them once the other traders have moved in their own bids or ask accordingly. That has 100% happened to a lot of you on TCG Player. When some seller has sold a card, or there's a promo that's being sold for like $10, it's being bought out rapidly that day, and then all of a sudden they cancel it on you and they're like, hey, sorry, we can't find the card, or there was a inventory issue. And then like literally not even 45 minutes to an hour later, they put that exact same card up for more price. But we're going to talk more about that for a higher price. We're going to talk more about that in a little bit though. Is a form of securities fraud that involves artificially inflating the price of an owned stock through false or misleading positive statements. That's the pump, in order to sell the cheaply purchased stock at a higher price. That's the dump. Once the operators of the scheme sell their overvalued shares, the price falls and then investors lose their money. This is common with small cap cryptocurrencies and very small corporation companies, i.e. microcaps. While fraudsters, while fraudsters in the past relied on cold calls, that's when they would go like door to door, you know, like here, and they would be like, hey, you want to buy this vacuum cleaner? The internet now, which I'm using to get all this information, offers a cheaper and easier way of reaching a large numbers of potential investors through spam email, investment research, websites, social media, and misinformation. So if you don't understand what a pump and dump is, and this is one of the main ones that's happening in the card game market, you'll hear a content creator be like, hey, you really gotta invest into this card. I'm really telling you, invest into this card. Let's say, for an example, there is dark magicians, right? There's a special kind of dark magician that costs about $2, and there's only 25 copies of that dark magician on TCG Player, and they have been sitting for weeks. A content creator may be like, hey, you know, take a look at these dark magicians. They've just been sitting here for weeks. I would recommend you pick these up. Let's say that content creator's video has 1,000 views, like 1,000 views watch it, like 1,000 people watch it. Because that content creator brought attention to that product, those 1,000 people are more likely to pick up that thing because of that content creator. You're like, oh, well, Glasses Chan 94 never did me any wrong in the past. I'ma trust them. I'ma pick up these dark magicians. So they pick up like a playset. They pick up like 3 dark magicians. And then another guy's like, well, I want a couple dark magicians. I don't want to miss out, so I want to get this thing. There's always that fear of missing out, which makes people want to buy more. So now, out of those 1,000 people, and that's not even talking about just randoms that's looking at TCG Player at the time, that's seeing all these dark magicians being bought out, being like, well, I have to hurry up and get this. Now suddenly, that $2 card has went, that dark magician has went from a $2 card suddenly to a $9 and $10 card within the span of 2 hours. This is an issue because I feel like, whether it be nefarious or not, content creators have to accept, including myself, that what we do we may not have ill intentions while doing it, but what we do directly affects the community, right? So I can't sit up here and be like, you guys really need to invest in X because I recommend you do. Whether I am sitting on a full stack of those dark magicians or not, the fact that I even said you should do blank makes people, because of the influence that I have, want to do that thing. I was telling a lot of people I know to pick up this card called Ukomon because it's really splashable and it helps out a lot of decks. That's when Ukomons were like $1. Now the Digimon card Ukomon is like $4 or $5. For example, this Gamamon, this is before BT14 came out, so we only had RB1. And that's all the content we had basically for Digimon was RB1. This Gamamon was very sought after, to the point where if you go back and look at the sales history of this Gamamon, it was upwards to $14. There were $20 at one point. There was a lot of listings for $20. As you can see here, it reached like $19 and $18. A lot of people didn't buy it for that price, but it was just, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't really remember too well. And I don't have the screen caps to prove it, but I have screen caps of other things. This Gamamon was upwards to $20. Let's say I'm a content creator, right? I own a store, right? Stores get a shit ton of these promos. They get a lot, especially depending on how big of a rank your store is when it comes to a Bandai store. Like if you're like Bandai Store Gold, you can order more products, which you may not have known. So let's say I'm a gold store and I fire like 12 to 16 man tournaments weekly, right? And I am sitting on like a shit ton of these winter pack Royal Knight Gamamons, right? And they're sitting at like $3.93, and I have about 20,000 subscribers who watch me, right, religiously. I can be like, hey guys, I don't want to burst your bubble or anything, but you really want to invest in these Gamamons here, you know, the winter packs. Gamamon is pretty good, you should get them. That's a tactic that causes Gamamon to go from like $9 to $18 to $20, you know. Also, you have to factor in that around that time Gamamon was like one of the cooler decks to play, because the meta was a little bit smaller around that time. So it was like Gamma was a new deck, so that also caused some like inflation with it. But just being able to say what I just said and let that and make that affect the market is an issue. It's to the point now where a rare from the Royal Knight set is like $3, right? And you need these Magnamons in order to play that new Magnamon. You don't really need the X antibody that much, but you need this, and possibly even this to play. I mean, most definitely probably that to play the new support, right? So what happened? The new support gets released, right? Everybody's talking about it. That caused it to go from like a $6 card all the way up to a $12 card, right? Let's say I have a YouTube channel, right, where you do market watches. I even did this thing. You can look back. Some of my earlier market watches, I talk about this exact Magna, and I say, I know this Magna's not doing anything now, but because it's a protagonist of a Digimon and it's a very popular season of that protagonist and that Digimon, this card, whenever there gets really good support, is going to fly. So I recommend you get your copies now. If you just got into the game and you just discovered the game, I'm sorry. That's just card games though. Sometimes you're going to go into a low period where it's really cheap, and then you're going to go into a high period where it's really expensive. What was the point of me saying this? One, it was to make myself feel better because this has been bothering me for a while. Two, I need to explain how you can beat this system. This is how you beat it, right? And I had all these examples. Like I just was too late. This is how you can beat getting screwed over in card game markets. This is how you can avoid it. I'm gonna use Digimon as an example because, like I said, that's the main game I play. You can go to websites like DigimonCardMeta.com and look at decks that are topping. You can literally go to this website, they'll show you Magna X, Shakomon, Bilzamon did a top, Diaboromon, Rapid X, Magna X, 7 Demon Lords, Diaboromon, Magna X, Cherubi Leomon, Galaxy somehow, Mirage Burst Mode, Armor Vaccine, Numemon, Jessmon. You can go here and then see which decks. It's actually a very balanced meta. This is looking pretty good. Megazoo, Lilithloop, Bilzamon, Burst Mode, Leviamon, Tyrant. This is looking pretty good for like BT16 EX6. It's looking like a pretty diverse meta. So let's say you really like Jessmon, right? Jessmon GX is pretty expensive now because of the new Magna, because you can put the Magna in the GX, which is insane. Also you can tuck the Magnamon in the GX, which is crazy, right? And then you can use this card, Saiken Meppa, unsuspend one of your Digimon, then Digimon GX, activate one of its Wind Digivolvings. And you know, Jessmon GX, you could place a Royal Knight with 13 costs or less from your hand and from your trash or hand underneath it, and then you can activate one of its effects that's placed it, you know. So that's 12. Just saying, you know. It's gonna be good. This is such a good card, my god. So if you like Jessmon, BT16, your main priority is getting a hold of as many Magnamons as you can, right? Also, if possible, what you should be focusing on is getting GXs now. So if you like Jessmon a lot and you really want to play Jessmon, get the GXs now Focus on the GXs, and when the GXs are out of the way, you focus on the Magnumons when BT16 come out. And if you really want to all art your shit, then you start getting the Seiken Meppas, which probably shit. Let's see. Pre-releases on this is really, really good. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna show you guys something that you can do a penny stock in and see for yourself. Seiken Meppa. Unsuspend. When you have a Digimon Royal Knights in its traits in play, you may use the card while meeting its color requirements. Main. Unsuspend one of your Digimon. Then if that Digimon is Jesmon GX, activate one of its Wind Digivolving. So you unsuspend for free, and you activate one of your Jesmon GX's effects. This is the pre-release. I don't think there are any other versions of this card. I highly doubt it. I've only seen this card like twice. Let's see. This is all you got. This is it. This is it. There's no reprint of this. You buy these, and you just cause the buyout. Now, Seiken Meppa is $12.50, $7. $12.50. Now it's going on $12.50 to $20. You could be like Ride Dog Games, put that Seiken Meppa up for as much as you want, and then now you took a card that's $2.69, and now you flipped it to a $10 card and made like a $7 profit. Right? GXs are crazy. Jesus Christ. That's one way you can. That's one way where you can use the marketeer advantage and get cards that you personally need. That's how you incite a buyout, and that's how you stop. That's how you stop getting screwed over by the market. I can't spell for a damn today. Oh, look at that, $10. You don't know why this is $10 right now? Because Rapidmon's a good deck. Rapidmon is insane. There's only fucking God knows how many listings. Now, what you can do, this card is gone. That card is gone. What you can do, right, is, oops, oh, it was a promo, yeah. What you can do is go to Blast Ace Booster. I don't know if your locals is doing this, but my locals is charging $80 for these boxes. They're sitting at, there's only like 4 cases left. They're sitting at $62 right now. Each training is roughly about, I want to say, anywhere between like $5 to $10. All those trainings, let's just type in training card. In Digimon, let's just type in training. Blast Ace box topper. Let's type in Blast. There we go. Here we go. So now, this box of 62, that's 11, 20, 27, 30, about $40. Literally halfway made your money back with just the trainings alone, right? The toppers are like, okay, this is gonna be insane. A lot of people are projecting this to get hit. This is really good. You're gonna get screwed on that, and these two are perfectly fine, right? And this is just cheeks. This card will be good one day. Let me leave my buddy alone. But back to what I was talking about. If you buy this box with the trainings alone, and depending on what promos you pull from it, you're already getting your monies back. Also, this set has the best rookies in it. Best rookies. Like, if you pull this, instantly made your money back. Pull this, instantly made your money back. You just kind of want to stay away from the secrets. Palmon, instantly made your money back. Mimi, kind of made your money back. Anjumon, always going to be good. Brigadramon, pretty solid card. Wargrade, don't want to hit that, but it's fine. Magnumon, insane card. And even still, not looking at the all arts, right? Just the regular arts, crazy money. $8 Patamon, $5 Magnumon, $4 Palmon, $5 Commandramon. Lugamon's $5. That's going to go up because we just got more Lugamon support. Fenrir went down a little bit, that's fine. Brigadramon went down a little bit, that's fine. War Greymon's looking kind of cheeks right now, but these, all this stuff is good. The aces are kind of meh. Gomamon's pretty good. It might get even better because now with Blue Hybrid coming out confirmed in BT18, that's something you can invest in. I'm gonna edit this down. That's kind of all I wanted to say. I feel a lot better now that I got this off my chest because I kind of did this more for me than anything else. I kind of needed I just needed to rant.